Hey, it's all about quality, not about quantity. Right? Let's get back to another round of Brewsday Tuesday with DreZ and Big Nate.
Wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. It is Brewsday Tuesday, brought to you by the Cellar Restaurant and Six Pack Store in downtown Blacksburg. We're drinking Hoof-Hearted Brewing beers because I feel like for the first time I've been able to put together a full show of them. You know, we mentioned that Mikey usually has it, but usually it's only like one or two. You know, you get a batch.
You get a full set.
But I was up there and they had enough in the cooler to put together 4 to make a show. And I mentioned I had to fill one of the IPA gaps with, I had to call an audible. So I just picked it based on the label. And that's the one that you just popped, good sir.
So we're going to describe the label and then we're going to give the
name of
the beer. So this is clearly not licensed, but it's definitely Kate Goslin from John and Kate Plus 8. If you watch reality television or you're familiar with the
see, I am not. I didn't get that reference.
Fallout.
I didn't realize that that's who that was meant to be.
And she's got high-waisted jeans and then this just like gnarly looking baby and for some reason a grappling hook. I can't figure out the grappling hook gun, but she's got it. And the high-waisted jeans makes this the mom jeans, double milk stout. And now I'm figuring out double milk stout mom jeans. All righty there. Brewed with coffee, milk, sugar, and vanilla. 8% ABV, 46 degrees. I feel like all their beers need to be enjoyed at 46 degrees.
Well, that's a good question. Let me look at my, 46 degrees, 8%. I have the double IPA. Brewed with Citra, Sabro, and NZ214 hops. This is Did We Just Become Best Friends? Which I know you mentioned we had that one. It's a series. So they have a whole series of these, but just brewed, different hops brewed. So essentially they're different beers. They're just sticking with the series with it. So this is the label I was talking about before. It's got like a little, would you say that's probably a lion cub? Yeah. And then a couple of rockers on there. I'm not too sure. Is it?
I think that's Napoleon Dynamite and Pedro.
I don't think so.
I'm just guessing.
Because
I'm across the room. I can't see.
Because Pedro has, here, I can hand it to you. Pedro has like a scar on his face. I feel like that's more of a song reference that I should be getting. Maybe 80s band. Did somebody sing a song called Did We Just Become Friends? Or something like that.
Only one I can think of is White Stripes.
Yeah, that comes to mind too.
And that's not.
And that's Napoleon Dynamite.
That's it. That's definitely not Meg White. All right, so we're gonna have to do some research, but
yeah, I thought that was
your beer back.
Initially. I thought the reference was like Step Brothers. I think that's what we thought last time, but maybe we didn't examine the can properly to see that there is these 2 cartoon guys on there and a butterfly. And one's got a microphone, one's got a guitar. So that's obviously, a music reference. We're lacking here, man. This is where we can. This is where we
need to phone a friend.
Well, not phone a friend, but phone the audience. If you're listening, maybe you get the reference. I'll hold it up once again. If you're watching on Facebook Live, you got these 2 little guys. One guy's got a microphone. They're both sleeveless. Pink pants and a white shirt on one with the guitar, and then you got a green sleeveless shirt and some just looks like jeans. There's a reference there that's going over my head, just like the Kate Plus 8 or whatever. You can't get them all. You're not going to get them all. It's like watching, I would say an episode, but a series of Family Guy. Like a lot of the references might be over your head.
It's not for every audience, but the audience that gets it's going to appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
I do wonder. It has to be like I haven't watched Step Brothers in many years, so maybe I just need to like sit there and start and overanalyze Step Brothers.
Yeah,
and that'll give us our bouncing points. I don't know.
Yeah, I just Googled it, and it's all Step Brothers memes and stuff. So Yeah, that's where my head goes, but there's something else there. I don't know. Who farted? Chime in. We'll tag you too. Maybe we can get some comments or
us.
somebody needs to let us know because we're pleading ignorance here. Either way, good food, good booze, and again, this was. So we stayed. Did I delve into the whole Airbnb and where we stayed and everything on the last show? I can't quite recall.
Yes, it was secure.
It was secure. Well, in my mind, like the actual Airbnb itself was a bit lackluster, but location wise, it was hard to beat. It was just a quick drive to the stadium. And then as far as beer goes, I mean, we were no joke less than a mile from Hoof. We were less than a mile to the Ohio Brewing Company, which is another place that we went that day when we were out gallivanting. Also, maybe it was a little bit further, but still extremely close to a Brewdog tap house that was in some area that it almost seemed like more kind of downtown-ish, I guess, but not Columbus downtown. It was an offshoot. It was like, it was North Upside or something like that.
I feel
Location.
like Brewdog's popping up like Dollar
Everywhere.
Generals.
Everywhere. They're
Like,
everywhere.
They're the Dollar General of beer. Granted, their
'Cause initially-
product's a little more quality.
Yeah. Initially, we wanted to go to like the proper Brewdog spot in Columbus because that's their American headquarters and they got the big hotel and everything. It was just going to be too far and too much to try and do. One of these, maybe next year or something, maybe we'll even just stay at the Brewdog Hotel one night because I actually was gifted a night stay there, but it fell through and I wasn't able to go. But I think somehow, I don't know, maybe it was one of the locations and the in-laws got my gift there and they actually have a like shower fridge. So they got a
Shower fridge.
a fridge in the shower with their beers.
That's luxury.
They got their Punk IPA on tap in the hotel room. And when you check in, you get a welcome beer. When you first check in, they give you a beer. Like I was really, really looking forward to going to that and staying there, but still haven't done it. It's on the list. It'll happen.
No,
Because I am a United Punk or whatever it's called. I got the I got the stock. I'm a stockholder. What's it called? Something Punk. I can't remember, but I get a discount. I get like a 5% discount, which is pretty sweet.
Yeah,
And
any discount's good.
And I don't know if you saw the video I posted on our social, but Brewdog was at the festival. They actually even brewed the Sonic Temple ale that was served. And they had essentially beer pong set up. And if you went in there and made a shot, then you won like a koozie or whatever, which, by the way, that's for you, good sir. I meant to give that to you
I didn't earn this, but I'll take it.
I meant to give that to you last show, but I forgot.
Oh, that's beautiful. It's got the Silence of the Lambs moth on it.
Or the Sonic
Temple.
the
skull.
Yeah.
No, that's cool as hell.
Mm-hmm.
I do think Brewdog is doing a lot of great things.
Yes.
I just now found out about the hotel.
You didn't know about the hotel?
I did not.
Well, and
that's now my new top bucket list item.
And that's not the only one, because the one that I'm thinking of, I'm pretty sure is over in Scotland or somewhere. They have multiple hotels. There's
wonder if
definitely
they have
one in Columbus.
If there's a suite with a beer bath, I'm in.
Oh, well, probably not. The beer bath is reserved for when you go to Prague. That's where you get your beer baths. But I got to rewind a couple episodes for that one. If you missed it, you got to
all of
you
your
got
travel.
You got to hear that story. No shortage of travel. Speaking of traveling, next week or next weekend, me and my buddies are going to go on a canoe trip down the New River. It's going to be a 2 or 3 day canoe trip, and then we're doing camping along it and stuff. So I'm trying to think about what beers to bring on it. I'm thinking what I might do is just get some of those variety, like 15 packs, 12 packs or whatever. And then maybe what I have left over, we'll just drink on the show on Tuesday.
Well, where are you starting?
We're starting in Ivanhoe, I believe.
Okay. And then do you know where your stops are?
Yes. You want me to give you our itinerary? I can pull it up.
I mean, maybe, but it, because I mean, you're not going to be able to just keep it cold that long.
Yeah, that's what so here's my plan with that. I'm going to bring 2, maybe 3 coolers. And I think my big cooler. So here's my plan. I'm going to freeze like just a giant block.
Okay.
And so hopefully that'll kind of last and at least keep it somewhat cool. And I'm going to I already have bags of ice and my freezer as well as my parents' freezer already ready to go. So I'll have hopefully plenty of ice. So I'm envisioning just having, a couple of the cases just not even cold. I'll add it later. And I'm just going to have my big cooler mainly just be my ice cooler. And then I'll have that feed my smaller cooler that will have the beer in it. That's my game plan. Do you think that'll work?
I think that'll work.
I'm also planning to charge the coolers before we go out. So the night before, I have like freeze packs I'm going to put in the cooler so that the cooler itself is already cold. Yes. That is my plan.
3 days. I mean, they're not styrofoam coolers, obviously. What are you running?
It's nothing too. One's a Coleman, so decent.
I'll keep it cold.
Yeah, it's decent. And then the other one is some like a Rubbermaid or so. I don't know. It's nothing fancy. But it works. I've been impressed with. Actually, you know what? I've been more impressed with the Coleman. Now that I think about it, I really need to get a Yeti. I need to invest in like a nice cooler.
I think your system will work, but maybe for day 3, you just get like some PBR.
I was planning on getting a case of PBR for sure.
Okay.
A case of PBR.
Save those for like
a 30-pack of PBR to not only have as backups, but also just community beers. Because you can't bring in, I don't want to, we can't run out of beer.
Trade.
We can't run out of beer. So I'm definitely bringing PBR. And then I figure I'll bring, if it's a 3-day canoe trip, probably 3 different cases of beer. Case a day.
I think that'll work.
Does that sound about right? If you're on the river all day, I mean, that's.
But you've also got to eat.
Oh.
Someone else is bringing that?
No, you ready for this?
Yeah.
We're not allowed to bring food. We can only eat what we catch.
Okay. This is now sounding like a horror movie.
Well, this is why beer is so important. Because I might just be living off beer for 3 days if I'm not catching any fish.
Have you ever flayed a fish? It's terrible.
No, I haven't. I've never even gut a fish. I need to watch some YouTube videos.
Bones out. Oh. Do you have pliers?
Should I bring pliers?
You should bring pliers.
Okay, I'll add that to the list. I need to.
Pocket knife.
I got a pocket knife, obviously. And I was like, how are we cooking these fish? Because, are we going to bring a cast iron grill? Is the campsite, does it have a little spot where we can set that on? How's it work? And my buddy says, because he's done this many times, he says that he's learned a trick where you actually stuff the fish in a beer can with the beer and cook it that way. And somehow he says it seems to work well.
So you're basically boiling the fish.
Well, I don't know how much beer is actually in it.
Oh.
I don't know. I might be living off beer for 3 days.
I'd say, you may be.
Which is fine. You can live off beer for days.
It's meal.
Days and days. Oh, yeah, without a question. I'm not worried about it. I'm hoping I'll lose weight on this canoe trip.
Oh, you may.
I think I will. I think there's no question I will. I could drink probably as much beer as I want and I'll still lose weight, which is fantastic.
But
so
navigation's going to go sideways.
All you got to do is follow the river. Be in the river, and you don't even need to paddle. The river will take you the direction you need to go.
DreZ isn't paddling. Why are you? What are we doing?
So yes, a big canoe trip this weekend. By the way, I know we were asking for help with the reference of that. Any suggestions on how to cook a fish and gut it and get the bones out or whatever? I'm just assuming he knows what he's doing. Because I know nothing.
I did it with a rock once. It's not fun.
I mean, you killed a fish with a rock? You caught a fish? You gutted it? What do you mean? How'd you use a rock to do what?
So you find a rock that's got like a triangular angle on it. So you scale it, you fillet it, you cut it open, get the guts out. I did it once, never again. Cooked the fish, ate the fish. It was okay. It was not worth the juice was not worth the squeeze.
Yeah, we're not allowed to bring food, but I did check. I am allowed to bring seasoning. So I think I'm going to bring a thing of seafood seasoning to sprinkle on the fish.
Just hold canister of Old Bay and hope for the best.
Yeah,
Crawfish.
shove it in.
Crawfish.
I don't know. I don't know how to catch crawfish. So I mean, in that like a trap situation, we're going to be floating down the river. So that's maybe we could put a trap out at our campsite
at night,
perhaps. I don't know. I just know it's going to be fun as hell.
It's going to be an adventure. You may be hungry.
I'll probably be very hungry. I'll probably be, I would almost say damn near starving by the end of it. We'll see. But it's going to be a blast. I've been really looking forward to it. We've been playing this for months, so.
Oh, no, it's going to be fun. Do you have your tent set up?
Got a tent. Going to bring a hammock, too. So I'm almost hoping I don't need to use the tent. I might just sleep in the hammock, but tent, hammock.
Pro move. The weather is cooperative.
Yeah, we'll see. I don't know. I don't trust. I'm not even going to look at the forecast yet. It's going to be what it's going to be. We're going on this canoe trip. So, and you can't trust. I mean, it's Tuesday. We're not going to be heading out to the weekend. So it's too early to really trust the weather anyways. So
are you guys like, you have planned stops along the way? Like we're going to get this far. We're going to stop in this
and then
park.
we camp in there and then yep. That's all planned out.
Day 2, latter half. Someone's ordering a pizza.
I have heard. So, like I said, this is the rule. I've never been on one of these.
I fully trust your commitment to this, but
yeah, BB's already talking about like I'm going to sneak some jerky in your sleeping bag or something, but whatever. But I did hear that one year they like didn't catch a lot of fish and stuff, and Siegel had to call his mom, and yeah, she brought some pizzas down for him because they just were starving and couldn't handle it. But I think we'll be all right.
You will survive.
Mm-hmm.
But how much fish you eat is up to you. Are you a good fisherman?
No, I don't fish at all. In fact, I need to go get my license.
When's the last time you fished?
It's been years. Yeah. No, not even years, decades. So we'll see. We'll see. I got a couple lures for my birthday for this trip in preparation. So we'll see how.
We'll get you one of those funny hats.
Oh, I wish I had one of those funny hats. That would have been perfect.
There's still time. We can make it happen.
Yeah, it's still got some days. All right, we'll make it work. I'm out of beer, and this beer was delicious. I'm trying to remember. So the last one I think of did we just become friends? I remember it was like Amarillo and pineapple or something like that.
Yep.
Something like that. This one are Citra, Sabro. I've heard of those haps. I've not heard of the NZ214, but I like all of them. 8%. This is by far my favorite beer of the day. And I got a feeling I'm going to like it better than that one. So I might even, this one's probably a 5 in my book. The beer's great. I don't even get the reference on the label, but I love it nonetheless. It's great beer. Hoof-hearted, man, knocking it out of the park. Once again, I highly recommend that Did We Just Become Friends? Probably whichever one you grab is going to be delicious.
Mom jeans, any person in your life who doesn't drink beer but loves coffee, particularly not black coffee, but the fancy frappa, mocha, whatever you're getting from your local coffee shop, will love this. It's delicious. It's super rich. The vanilla does a lot of the legwork here. I will say with the beer considered and not the label, it gets a 4.75.
The label.
Add the label, 5.
All right. What about and what was the ABV on that? It was a big one, right?
8.
So another solid note there. So yeah, like I said, next week, I guess I might be bringing some leftover beers from the canoe trip, and
don't bring fish.
I'm sure I'll bring some stories. Maybe I'll bring a can of representation of how we cook the fish, perhaps, or something. I don't know. We'll see. Either way, it'll be an interesting one to tune in. So tune in next week to see if I survive the foodless canoe trip.
Good luck.
It's going to be awesome. All right. That's a wrap on Brewsday Tuesday. And we will take a quick break. We'll get back with the tunes right here on 105.3 The Bear. I suggest you stick around.